And we're back for another episode. In this episode I'm going to be doing the level 5 rogue quest because I got there very, very fast, thankfully. So yeah, so now back at the rogue guild here in Limsa. So let's now talk to Jacke.
I think
let's see.
Isn't it Jacke?
I guess. Ooh. Who's that weird voice who just appeared out of nowhere? Who could it be?
Who knows? It could be standing right next to you.
Maybe. Ah. There you are.
There you are.
Hi, Diesel.
Hi, Diesel.
Say hello to the viewers.
Hello.
So anyway, the quest is called a Dainty Dilemma, and it says Jacke, the Jacke boy, appears eager to give you your first assignment, and you get some level 5 daggers. So like I said, it's very important to come back at each 5 levels to get your latest gear and weapons and stuff. Usually I don't bother picking up the gear, I just pick up the like elegant pieces and sell them for money. And on a side note, hello to my friend Cataclysm, who's standing on the table right here. This guy is probably the most dedicated player on 14, at least on my server, because I guarantee that within 2 weeks this guy will have the nexus for the ninja weapon. He is focused like a laser beam. He's one of those players that you like, but you're secretly jealous of all the time. Anyway, let's accept this quest. Ah, cutscene. So, ho there, Mithrie. I must say you're looking comfortable enough with those stabbers of yours. I reckon you're good and ready for your first assignment. Ordinarily, I'd show me withs and let you get on with your work, but seeing as you only just dragged you into the shadows, there might be a couple of things that you ain't yet familiar with. Okay, he says "you" a lot. Let's build on what you likely do know, and that's the fact that the Admiral, God bless her soul, has outlawed piracy in Limsa. So why do you think there's still so many sodden pirates in this town? I'll tell you why. It's cause there's still one way for them to loot and pillage without incurring the wrath of the law. All you need is to apply to serve the phallocracy as a certified privateer. A captain with a privateer's license is free to terrorize the seas till the Algoats come home, so long as he only targets vessels what belong to the Garlean Empire. Of course, considering how bloody vast the Empire is, that's plenty of looting to go around. Crews fill their hulls with Imperial plunder, then sail back to Limsa to offload the spoils, and that's where this particular case went sour. See, this one crew got their Fambles on a Magitech device, a firing mechanism to be precise, but was rooked out of their hull by some heavy-handed coves. If you recall, that don't sit well with the code. If you're bold enough to rook a pirate out of his due, then you best be prepared for a visit from the rogues. And speaking of visiting roads, Underfoot, over here, lad. There's a little guy. So it says, I want the pair of you working together on this. Pass sentence on them code-defying rooks, then bite back that Magitech part. So, what the last need me for? You're in charge of new recruits, ain't ya? It's Mithrie's first assignment. You're to go along and give her the benefit of your wisdom. Since when was I in charge of a new... bugger it. So, I guess we're to be partners for the now. The name's Harimu, but most of me fellas call me Underfoot. He might seem a touch reluctant, but Paramu is one of our best. You just do as he says and you'll get the job done. Cool, so let's see what this quest is about. So where am I going? Oh, I need to talk to Paramu. He's right down here, sitting here. Move out of the way, people. Okay, here we go. Alright then, me young rogue. Seeing as you're the first official outing, I want to be sure your dance steps are up to the task. With them short plays, you need to get in good and close to your mark, aye? But we ain't bleeding swads in shiny armour, and the lighter kit we wear ain't much protection from the click to the GAN, whatever. So if you're fancy spitting blood and teeth, your best defense is simply not being there when your mark winds up to land a nasty clout. Sliding round to flank usually does the trick, but there's some rum fun every rogue should master, the perfect dodge. Clear your mind and trust in your speed, and you can leave an axe-wielding, brute-hitting naught, but air with your berry stabbers in his guts. Right now, it's time you put this lesson into practice against some of those Ariel out in Lower Lenosia. I hope you was paying attention, lass, because those tentacles can pack a wallop. Enjoy. Cool. So now we need to go to Lower Lenosia. So let's go. I do like Rogue so far. I am thinking that what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how much fun I have with Rogue up until level 50. And if I really enjoy it, then I might actually start gearing it out with Poetic Gear rather than Bard. Because my Bard's already 110, and that will do me until the expansion. So, and my tanks are 110 as well, so it might be a chance to just level something else. So I went to Lower Lenosia.
Yeah, I like it's cool. I actually like the character, the story as well. The story is funny.
Yeah, that's why I was saying before that I am going to record all of the story quests, not because before with my other class videos I usually just record from the job onwards, so from 30 onwards, but for this one I'm going to be doing them all. There we go. So this is easy because, you know, this is like my 21st class, I'm leveling to 50, but this game for new players does teach you to dodge. It does constantly require you to move, so you don't think about it later on. Good old second dodge.
Let's try this new move I got. Haha. That is mud.
Cool. That was easy, so let's go back to the Rogue Guild. One thing I do actually have, I've got like 1,000 poisoning potions to like speed up the process, but because we're so low level at the moment, I can't even use them before the mob's dead. The fights are too short, but for later on they might speed things up. So I'm going to teleport to the Fisherman's Guild because it's the closest. Go ahead.
You had to get the move called the Kiss of something. Kiss of the... I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's a spoiler. That's a spoiler.
Wait, what level is it? Hold on. It's level 6. That's the next level. It's fun.
Okay, so here is Paramu. So let's see what he says. He says, done with your practice then. The sting of them tentacle buggers soon teach you to stay on your toes, eh? Now that we've got your blood rushing, I'd say it's time to get down to work. First things first, we need to track down them allied coves what rooked the Magitech gadget. Might be as one of your rogues has heard something. The guild thrives on information, you see, and we've agents scattered far and wide with their glazes keen and their wattles to the ground. Let us pay visit to Itolwan and the Drowning Wench. Ask her for a weak ale and see what that gets you. I'm not setting you up for a laugh, lass, trust me. Yeah, sure. So let's go back.
Yeah, I like how they use laughs all the time.
Yeah, because pirates are...
Well, ninja pirates.
Yeah.
Wait, where are we off to?
The drowning wench.
Where's that again? I love it.
So just teleport to the castle, it's the quickest way.
Oh. Yeah.
So, yeah. Do love this game. Always have.
I've always loved this game.
Hated 1.0. Completely the opposite feelings back then, but it's interesting how things can change.
I never played 1.0.
So here is Uttle It says, welcome to the Rounding Wench. What's your pleasure, miss? So I asked, he said to say for a weak ale. So never in all my days. We may serve some cheap gong in the wench, but naught that was watered down. If our usual ale is too bold for your taste, mayhaps you'd like to order from the underground menu. Coffin wink. Aye, there's quite a lot on offer for a customer with your roguish charms. Was there something in particular I could help you with? So, the trouble over that Magitech loot? 'Twas not a subtle job. The gang in question is an unusual group of former pirates called themselves the Dainty Demolishers. They seem to be enamoured of court Danny mannerisms and have a preference for seizing Garlean machinery. They're also known for conspiring? I can't even speak. Conspiring with goblins. Rumours say that the Demolishers visit a beastmen camp in Middle Enosia to fence their goods, and those goods generally take the form of Imperial technology. I imagine the goblins were rather pleased to take possession of a Mark XL3, I don't know what L is in Roman numerals, anti-aircraft cannon firing mechanism. If you mean to steal the device back, then your trail leads to the goblin camp in Summerfold, or Summerford I should say. Summerford, eh? On your way, lass, meet me across the river from the camp and we'll plan our next move. Cool, so we can teleport straight to Summerford, so let's see.
What's actually really funny about that is like, when you actually got, you got three options. You got the strong, medium, and the weak, and
yeah, it's the reason I read it all out is because you can miss these things. If you just skip through the text, you see the option, you wouldn't know what to press.
The funny thing was, I actually did skip it, and the first one I went for was the weak one.
Fair enough.
I was like, I literally went for personal reason. I was like, I don't want to. I'm not a drinker, so I go for the weak one.
Yeah, but you see, like, it doesn't take that long to read it out, and then I get to enjoy it to the max. Whereas you skipped it, and you're like, eh.
No, I read some of them. I read some. I just skipped the ones that are too long for me to read.
Sure. So let's see. We're going across the river. Where are we? Oop, dead person. I see dead person. Anyway, here is Paramu. So he says, get your noggin down, Mithrie. I've been snitching the action across the way there. No sign of your demolishers, but I did see one of them Gamblercos snuffing the Garlean gadget into his backpack. I knew Iltolan would steer us aright. This is your chance, lass. Clout the Gambler Gobi and grabble that device. I've lost track of which gob it was, but I'm thinking it's that sword on the left. Just make sure you dance away any bomb blasts. Twisting and dodging in the middle of a fireball ain't exactly effective. Cool. So, dodge is what they're saying. And we have perfect dodge as well in case of emergencies.
Oh, I totally went past you.
Okay, so I have to steal. When it says steal, do I just kill them until they're dead? Until I find it.
You just kill them. It should be be a marker above someone's one head.
Yeah, they have a few marks.
I'll just kill them. Yeah. It would be kind of cool if we could just like sneak and steal. I'm not sure if you can though, but I'm a little confused.
Apparently pets are no longer affected by any area damage. So I don't know if that... Oh, I got it first time. I don't know if that includes chocobo pets.
So wait, what? Pets don't get hit by damage now?
By area damage.
Oh.
Anyway, Paradise says, that's the way, lass. There was naught for me to do but to sit on me daddles and watch. So you've got the goods then. So let's hand over the firing mechanism number 43. So it says, developed in the 43rd year of the first Guardian Emperor's reign, this trigger device works with all Imperial Mark L3 anti-aircraft cannons. Okay. So note to self, look up what L is in Roman numerals. So, this is the device, and no mistaken. Let's get back to the guild, eh? We still owe them Demolisher bastards a million, but they'll keep for now. Here, you should be the one to deliver the prize to Jacke. It was your hand what snatched it out of the goblin's paws, after all.
Wow, killed it. The cutscene after the cutscene becomes really good. I ain't gonna say that, but it's really good.
So, Captain, I say, some fiend has perpetrated violence upon our goblin colleagues, whilst we sought but to wet our throats with fine libations. This will not stand, Captain. Our finely filched loot has been pilfered from under our noses. Blast and bother, my blood boils and bubbles at the temerity of this affront. I know not the identity of these audacious buffoons, but they shall be made to pay, and pay dearly, with me, my fine fellows. Huzzah!
How many words are hard?
Cool, so let's now go back to the Rogues Guild.
Yep, I'm there.
And as always, we're going to teleport straight from the Aephorite to the Fisherman's Guild.
Yeah, I walk it. I'm telling my father walk.
I'm too lazy. And we need to save good old viewers and YouTube time as well. Sprint. If I wasn't so lazy, I would just cut these bits out of the videos, but I'm too lazy to cut it out, so... Sorry.
Zero's the guild now.
So here is Jacke boy. So Jacke says, you managed to grab all that firing mechanism yet, Mithrie? Yes, I did. So let's hand over the firing mechanism. Cutscene.
Oh, watch this cutscene is amazing.
So, still in one piece too. You've done well for your first assignment, lass. It don't look like much, but that crew put their lives on the line in to clow this here Babel. They'll be pleased to see it snatched back from the Ruffmans. So, we've yet to do for the Dainty Demolishers, Jacke. This job ain't over. You're right, Underfoot, it ain't. You break the code, you face the consequences. This is not at all what I expected from the inside of a convent. So, and who might you be, sirs? Your ignorance is understandable. After all, our schemes are always perfect, our heists impeccable. Shall I reveal our infamous name and drink in your delicious terror? We are deadly dastardly and dictionally devilish. Quail before the Dainty demolishes. Okay. So, Captain, I say, there's the louse who misappropriated our merchandise. I concur, she is a self-same simpleton who we trailed unnoticed to this very establishment. Surprise, surprise. Now, my dear dandies, let us not be unpleasant. We should endeavour to resolve this distastefulness without resorting to insults or other less diplomatic methods, at least not yet. You there, yes, the clean-cheeked errand boy, be a good fellow and fetch me your superior. One of your colleagues has committed a terrible crime against us, and we shall not be leaving until the proper restitution has been paid. Oh, an errand boy now, am I? Tell me, Captain, just what kind of place do you think this is, then? This place? Why, I suppose it's some manner of convent. The one-eyed doorman named it the Dutiful Sisters of the Eldwise, or some such. And you've yet to realise your mistake. Your fate was sealed the moment you dragged your sorry quarren across the threshold. Are you threatening me, boy? I'll have my fellows cut out that impudent tongue. We've exhausted our reserves of dainty today, lads. Show these fraudulent sisters how the demolishers deal with upstarts. You still don't understand, do you? There are three sorts of coals, what the doorman will let pass. Clients, recruits. Okay, Godspit. I'll kill you all. Well, he's dead. Yeah. Didn't your mum teach you not to interrupt a lady when she's talking? You'd have learned that the third sort of coal is a bollocks for brains mark, what marches himself right into the rogue's den. Rogues? But we were so careful. I'd heard tales in the pirate days, stories about the merciless rafts who uphold the code. They weren't called rogues back then, though. The upright thieves they were, the knives in the shadows. You can't be them, you're just trying to scare me. Well, the captain of the Dainty Demolishers is not so easily cowed. Or coyed, I should say. To hells with your deceptions. Huzzah, huzzah for my fallen comrades. So deceptions, eh? And anyone you meet could be a rogue captain, even a clean-cheeked errand boy. He's still breathing. Find some rope and string him up someplace in town. I like how some people are just like sitting there, like they don't even care.
Yeah, I find it kind of cool.
So Jacke says, and now the job's done. Quite an introduction you had there, eh? And Mithrie looked a bit worried. Welcome to Lominsa's ever-churning underbelly, where the thieves shed their skins and become rogues. Awesome, so that's done. Let's finish the quest now. Jacke says, I'm not much for discussing the old days, but since it's come up, I might as well clear up the confusion. It was back when piracy was at its peak. The codes were protected. The code were dimber dambers, the best lads and lasses to be had from among the pirate crews. They bit back the goods what was wrongly bitten, and came from the guilty undercover of Darkman's. Upright Thief became the title for these codes, what dealt in sanctioned stealing and mulling. But it was only those who had cut all ties with the Buccaneer's life what was accepted into the ranks, conflicting loyalties and all that. They formed their own guild and even their own way of speaking, and what was once pirates was pirates no more. Later on, when Marlid took the Admiral's chair, the Upright Thieves agreed to abide by her laws. We became the Rogues Guild to mark the change and altered our recruiting policy to accept venturers like yourself. But although the title is different, the job remains the same. Uphold the code and preserve the underground society what spawned us. Just as you've done with the assignment, keep up the good work, Mithrie, and you'll go far in the shadows. Okay, so I'm going to take the tin pieces, so I get my new dagger as well, so that's complete. There we go. So I'm now level 6. So now, for my next dagger, can I desynthesize my level 1 one? Yes, I can. I got a bronze ingot, yay. So, yep, anyway, that's it for this episode. Now, for me, from my own experience, the best way and the quickest way to get to level 10 will be to finish the hunting log for 1 to 10, and to also just fake grind in like Middle Onosia until level 10. It will go by very, very, very fast. And once you get to level 10, we'll do the next quest, and then we can start doing the guild tests as well. So there's lots of ways to level up very, very fast in this game, that's for sure. So anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me, goodbye from Mithrie, and goodbye from Diesel.